Hi everyone, welcome to the Wednesday class. I'm just reading up in my big manual here of acupuncture about the point of the week. Hi Dinah, morning.
Hiya.
How are you doing?
Yes, fine.
Lovely sunny day, lovely sunny morning.
Yes, and we've got our team dinner tonight. Our team.
We have, isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
I've got my COVID test ready to test before we go.
Yeah, me too.
So I can hug in safety.
Yeah,
just looking up point of the week. It's another conception vessel point, and it's part of the set that we've just been doing. We've done CV4, CV6, CV12, and there's one more in that sort of little set that we're going to do. And I was just reading up about it, and I'll share more with you later on. It's a very, very interesting point. Anyway, I thought before we started today, I thought we'd just check in, just see how you're doing. It's a little while since we've actually asked ourselves, how are we doing? Are we feeling stressed? What level of stress? In fact, how are you coping? That's the one I want. And it's just kind of check in with you, just see how you're doing. I'm just going to run the poll now. I think one of the things that's happened with the Wednesday classes is kind of self-selecting groups. So I guess you're tuning in because you either want to keep your health and your kind of nervous system in balance, or you kind of really need it. And that's probably a self-selecting group. So let's just see how we're doing as a group. Okay, well, look at that. We've got plenty of you in the group who are stressed or just neutral and would like to get you back into that coping well or I'm feeling okay zone. So it really is worth, obviously, still, I just wanted to check in that it's still worth doing this class and you're not all totally okay and you're just kind of cruising along. Obviously, that's not the case. And so these classes are just still so valuable. Okay, remember the three zones. We've got the green zone, which is when you're feeling kind of relaxed and sociable and everything. The red zone, when you're in the nervous system response, where you're kind of fight and flight. And then there's the blue zone, where you go more into the freeze state, where you're kind of really kind of depressed and you can't move. Just want to just check in and see which zone you think you're in at the moment, because that's going to be important. That's kind of important. Let's have a look if I can find it. I've got so many. Oh, here we go. I've got so many polls now. I've got a great big list I have to scroll down. We've done so many polls over the last year and a half. So which zone do you think you're in? Do you think you're in the kind of safe green zone? Do you think you feel a bit agitated? Or maybe you're going, or are you frozen? Or maybe you're going between some of the line, like between green and red, between the red and the blue. Because if you're in the blue zone, or even if you're going between the red and the blue zone, you've got to be a little bit careful with too much of the long exhalations, because that kind of can work against you. Really, when you're in the blue zone and you're starting to freeze up, you should emphasize the inhalation, because what that does is it takes you out of the freeze state and into the red zone, and then you can deregulate from there. And I've been using that technique recently with clients that are going into the blue zone or are actually in a freeze state, and it's been very, very effective. So just as something to know, if you feel you are frozen, you can still do the Doan exercises and get things moving because you're unfreezing the body, but be careful of doing, because that will tend to keep you in the blue zone. Okay, so that's a little bit of a hint there. So we've only got 8% solidly in the green, so we'd like to get a few more of us into that zone there. Most of us are between the green and the red, so let's just see if we can emphasize that and keep ourselves in the green zone. Okay, cool. I've got my clipboard ready. We're going to do a body scan as always. Check in, always good to do some focusing. That's what it's called. Finding out how we are. And then we'll do the 3 burner scan and see how we're doing with the burners today. Okay, so are you ready? I'm going to stand up and do this. Just close the door. Here we go. So let's do the whole body scan. So we're going to just relax, stand, and tune into ourselves. Tweak the lighting a bit so there's not too many shadows on me. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to scan down through the body, feet shoulder width apart. We're not changing anything at the moment. We're just literally tuning in. So we're going to kind of just tune into the whole skull, the eyes, ears, jaw, nose, sinuses. And then we're going to go down through into the neck area, through into the neck, down into the upper body, the shoulders and the arms, just scanning through. Down through the chest, through the torso, hips, all the way down the legs and into the feet. Whoa, okay. Wow, okay, so I've got a bit of a different picture this week, I don't know about you, but let's just do a quick sketch of the whole body scan. It's a little bit of a surprise for me. I'm sure if you're regular to the Wednesday class, you can remember what you were probably like last week or week before and just see how things are moving for you. And also your whole body scan gives you an idea of where you want to focus the exercises. So if you're doing them on your own, when you're watching the replay, you can maybe pause the video and just do some more stuff that you think you really like and then skip over the bits that are not so good for your particular pattern. Okay, so look, here we go. This is my body scan for today. Much more stuff going on in the lower body and the hips and everything. I could do with releasing that and make sure to do that in the exercises. Okay, cool. So now it's time for the 3 burner scan. Always a bit exciting to see what's going to happen to the group. And we've seen so many big changes over the last year and a half as the different pandemics rolled over and different things have happened with the lockdowns and everything. And it really does help us focus the exercises. So I've got my 3-zone chart and I'm going to do it standing up today. We'll do through all of the 3 zones. So we've got the lower burner here, obviously below the navel, through into the lower back, okay, down onto the pelvic floor. Okay, so we're going to just relax, tune into that lower burner. Let's just see what's happening there. Okay. What's it like? Okay, got that. Now we're going to shift up into the middle burner. That's above the navel, all the way round into the lower back. Okay, got that. What's that like? And then we're going to go up into the upper burner. That's above the diaphragm. Includes the chest and the lungs. Okay, and it also contains point of the week. Just a bit of a preview there. So tuning into the upper burner. Okay, wow, it's difficult for me to choose this week, but we're going to just do a little drawing of what's happening in the 3 burners. I've got some very different sort of patterns myself. I don't know how you're feeling, but let's just see. Okay, you got it. So now which burner do you think you would like to work on most this week? I'm going to run the poll. If I can find it. Here we go. Yeah, it's one of the early ones. Here we go. So I'm going to run the poll and we'll just see that and we'll tweak the exercises accordingly. So just like to vote and then we'll just, as I say, we'll focus in on the, okay, let's have a look. Look at this, we've had a bit of a run. This is a bit of a run. The upper burner's still way out ahead, but the lower burner's creeping up. And the explanation for that could be either the winter, because the winter's related to the kidney and bladder, and as the winter comes in, the kidney and bladder gets more affected, but also because the lower and the upper burner are involved in sort of stress management as well. All the middle burners caught up. Anyone else would like to vote? And we'll just see that still the upper burner is way ahead, which is just as well because that's where point of the week is. Get to that in a moment. So let's start off and lay the foundations for working up to this week's point of the week. Okay, great. Let's get ready. Okay, so first of all, let's do some shaking out. Okay, now if you're in the red zone and you're creeping up into the red zone, what tends to happen is the body gets tense because you're fight and flight response, so you're getting ready to run. Okay, so when we're doing the shaking, what we're doing is we're kind of shaking out any of the tension that goes with that. If you're going into the blue zone, what you may find is that some of that feeling of tension gets kind of locked in and it becomes more kind of numb and it becomes more fixed. And that means you're going into the blue zone and your body's basically starting to go into the next level of defense. So depending on whether you feel it's kind of like tension or freezing, you can just shake it in a slightly different way. But shaking is good. It works for both of those things. Again, if you're feeling a little bit weak and tired, you want to keep the shaking nice and relaxed. If you're feeling a little bit obstructed and you want to kind of move stuff out of the way and get it moving, then you can go a little bit stronger into the shaking. So just adapt it to what you feel you need today. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off connecting with heaven and earth. We're going to open up the soles of the feet, float the head up, and we're going to use the axis, this axis between heaven and earth, to shake the body out today. So we're going to suspend, imaginary suspension at the top of the head. Feel your spine going down like a string of pearls down into the sacrum. That's this big bone here connected to the hips. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to start to shake out the whole spine, and we're going to see if we can get some expansion of the spine as we do it. Okay, so let's see if we can relax the hips and let that sacrum bounce down. Okay, so I'm imagining someone's just kind of like bouncing me from the top of the head, trying to connect my sacrum down to the top of the head. That's it. And once you've got that movement, then we can start relaxing everything away from the center line by relaxing the jaw, relaxing the hips, relaxing the shoulders, and shaking out the shoulders, shaking out the hips, shaking out the knees, and then shaking out the feet. You might want to make some sounds. And let's see if we can get all the joints of the body nice and released. We're still focusing in on the spine as the center. Okay, get those really deep into the shoulders, really deep into the hips. And right out into the feet. Okay, let's go through the joints. So we're going through the shoulders. Let's really release the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and all the little finger joints. Okay, and then shaking out the hips, knees, and then the ankles, and right down to the toes, relaxing and opening up the toes. Okay, just a little bit more, try and get all shaking all through your whole body. If you notice anywhere that feels particularly obstructed, you can just focus, just pick one area and focus the shaking on that one area that you really need yourself. Okay, great, awesome. So just checking in again now, just seeing how we're feeling. Hopefully there's some nice movement there now that there wasn't before. Okay, so let's just start off by checking our breathing. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath in. Okay, just make a note of where that breath's going as we breathe out. Okay, now don't forget, if you're creeping into the blue zone, you want to emphasize the inhalation, so it's more like this. Okay, if you're more in the red zone, you want to get down to the green zone, or you want to stay in the green zone, then it's okay, but whether you emphasize the inhalation or the exhalation, the important thing is to get it down into that lower dantian. And remember, we did CV4 and CV6, gate of origin, and the gate of the Qi, or the C of Qi, down here. So let's place our hands just over this area here. So we're covering both those points. And let's just check to see what happens when we breathe in. Okay, now various things might happen if you're a middle burner person. It's possible that it's blocking here and you can't get the breath down, and we'll address that in a moment. If you're a lower burner person, you maybe want to just get some more energy down there. And if you're upper burner person, it could be that you're just breathing up too high and not sending energy down. So there's various different reasons why we're not getting the breath low enough. But for now, let's just see if we can just do it purely by focusing our mind into the lower dantian. That's this area here, the lower energy center. We're going to breathe in and just take it nice and easy. We're going to try and not force it at all, not too much air there, just bringing the Qi down there in behind our hands. Hold the breath. Imagine the energy is collecting in the lower burner and hold it, and then breathe out. As we breathe out, we relax, open up the armpits with the magic egg under our armpit, and we're containing the energy down there in the lower burner. Okay, very good. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in. Okay, we're going to hold it. Okay, and breathe out. Okay, really relax your hips and just contain the energy there in the lower burner. You got it? Let's try again. Breathing in. Okay, very good. Now, if you're feeling this area needs a bit more energy, there's different ways we can do that. First thing we want to do is get that storing aspect in here to be strengthened, and that's part of the yin function. And so you know what's coming next, don't you? Yes, our favorite point, kidney 1. But let's get that activated and see whether that affects the breath. So here we go. Got the chair right here ready. Put it onto the... There we go. Okay, kidney 1's really important because that we can use that to strengthen up the lower burner, the yin of the lower burner, and also we can start to open up the kidney channel. And oh, my feet are freezing. And we can start to really help us anchor the breath down there into the lower burner. So let's just open up the feet. Okay. Now, if you chose the upper burner and you felt your energy was going up like this and not grounded, this is super good for us, because what that does is it will help us anchor down, ground, and also it helps take energy away from the head and from the upper body. So I'm going to give kidney 1 an extra special go today, not least because my feet are really cold. It's a bit of a bit cold up here in Norwich at the moment. So I'm going to just give it a really good tapping. Here we go. Okay, cool. I'm going to give it an extra go today, and I'm going to hold on to kidney 3 here, just because I think we need more, need more energy in the lower burner today. So I'm going to open that up. Very good. Put my sock back on because keep my feet warm. And do the other foot. Okay, here we go. Same thing, so we're opening up the foot like this. And tapping. Very good. Okay, I'm going to hold on to kidney 3, which is the source point, a really important point for kidney energy, and tap at the same time. So we've got a double whammy there, kidney 1 and kidney 3. Excellent stuff. Okay, now, if the Chinese classics are correct, and we know they are, what should happen now is it should feel easier to get our breath down into the lower burner. So let's check it out and see whether it's working for us today. We're going to open up kidney 1. And what a difference, right? Can you feel that connection now with the earth? You'll notice your hips naturally relax more and you're just generally feeling calmer. That's the action of kidney 1. But also what it does is it starts to open up the kidney energy and it will support the lower burner and it'll support the grasping function of the kidneys. And we can experience that by placing our hands here. Again, opening up our armpits, okay? Keep your attention on kidney 1 and now breathe into the lower burner again. Breathing in. Okay, feel the difference? It's almost like that whole kind of space has been opened up and we're holding it there. As we're holding it in the lower burner, we're keeping our attention on kidney 1, and that's the yin aspect of the kidneys, that storing aspect that you're feeling there, okay? And you notice it's so much more kind of relaxing and easy to do that just by stimulating kidney 1. Awesome, isn't it? Okay, then we're breathing out. Okay, so now we need to energize the kidney channel. I'm going to do that with some doing, keeping the wrists really relaxed. We're going to tap from kidney 3, behind the ankle, up the back of the legs, into kidney 10, and then up into kidney 11 here, which is just above the pubic bone. That's a really good point, actually. The other interesting thing you might like to know about kidney 10 and 11 is the channel actually runs deep into the hips, and then it comes out here. So if we connect up kidney 10 and kidney 11, that can actively open up the hips. I'm only mentioning that because I need it. I need it today. But I just thought we'd like to do that. We're going to go up, through, up, kidney 10. And then here I'm tapping right down into the hips, releasing the hips, and then finishing up on kidney 11, right, which is right here, just above the pubic bone there. Okay, let's do it one more time. Activating the kidney channel. Right the way up. Excellent. Okay, so now that's going to affect more the yang of the kidneys, which is going to make more. So this is going to affect the ability to bring the breath in. So let's check this out. We're going to place our hand here again and check it out. We're keeping our attention here on kidney 1 and the whole kidney channel. Okay, and we're breathing in. Whoa, okay. Feel that difference? Okay, that's the kidney energy holding the breath down from the lungs. Okay, awesome. This is wonderful stuff. So now we're going to actually activate CV4 and CV6, the lower dantian, by just relaxing and breathing into the area, and we're starting to stimulate it with this rotation now. Imagining Qi from the hands going right the way through into the lower back and the sacrum. Keep the hips relaxed. Keep that head floating up, the sacrum hanging down. There we go. Okay, excellent. Now, if you've got the flexibility, you can go back onto here, about 23. If you can't reach there, don't worry, just keep going around like this. Okay, excellent, shaking out. Okay, so we've energized this point, we've opened up kidney 1 and we've stimulated the kidney channel. So let's see now how easy it is to get that breath down into the lower dantian. So we're going to place our hands there now. Relax, feel the Qi in the lower burner. Open up kidney 1 with your mind, connect down into the earth and breathe in. Got it? Holding it and breathing out. Okay, wow, what a difference. Okay, so easy and so stable down there. So that's the lower burner, we can check that off. And now we're going to go up into the middle burner now. We want to make sure we can get that really released. Okay, usually my middle burner is my favorite burner, but today it seems to be okay, which is kind of okay. I've got other ones that obviously to work on, but we still want to keep this as open as we can. So we can do some Anpuku therapy. This is self Shiatsu on the middle burner. Really good idea to release the ribs cage like this, underneath the rib cage, around the diaphragm. We can go all the way down here. And just pressing around here. seeing if I can release this area. And actually, if you go round here to just below the thoracic spine here, you'll get the back of the, you get just right into the back of the diaphragm there. I'm trying to get the whole diaphragm released. That's going to help us again bring that breath lower down. Okay, good. Now, Doing is extremely useful for releasing the middle burner. Let's just check out by just doing some swinging again. Get that head floating up. Open up kidney 1, get that anchoring. And we're going to turn to the left and right. This is for the liver and the gallbladder channel. So we're going to just let that relax around. Okay, again, if you feel you've got a lot of obstruction in the middle burner, you might want to just do it quite strongly and actually start tapping as you go around. If you're feeling a bit weaker and you just want to just relax it and take it a bit easier, just modify the exercise for what you need. Okay, excellent. Okay, excellent. So now let's do some doing for the middle burner. We've got the stomach channel and spleen channel down the front of the body, and the liver and gallbladder on the inside and outside of the legs. So we'll do it in one whole sequence. We'll keep the whole thing moving. We'll start off in the middle burner, and let's go down the stomach channel first of all. That goes down the outside of the abdominal muscles, all the way down, connects with the lower burner here, and then it goes down, outside front of the legs. That's it. Don't forget stump 36. Up the inside. And go down the outside. Up the inside. Down the outside. Okay, that's good. That's the stomach and spleen channel. Okay, then we go back up to here and we come round to the side here. Remember this liver 13-14 connection. So this is because the liver tends to affect the thoracic region. So we're going to go from the diaphragm up into the, around the ribs. And then we go down here into the hips as deep as you can, right into gallbladder 30. That's this pivot point right in the hips. Down, outside of the legs, and then up the inside. Back up to here again. Back into the hips. Oh. Into the hips. Down. Oh. Got something happening there. If you feel anything happening, you want to stay there for a bit until you feel the movements happen. Down. Up the inside of the legs. Liver channel. Okay, and then back into the hips again. I'll just release my hips a bit more. Getting right in there. Into here, going 30. And then down. Yep. That's the liver, gallbladder, stomach and spleen channels. All very good for the middle burner. Now if you feel in here, if you had any tension or pain here, when we first did this, I think you'll find it's almost certainly released. Around that area, and that's just what we need. We need to get that middle burner released. Okay, so let's check in. Middle burner people, especially for you, okay, let's see if the breathing has improved, because if you're a middle burner person, it's a good chance that the middle burner is blocking the breath going down. But we can all do this too. So we're going to open up kidney 1, we're going to float our head up. We're going to place our hands on the lower dantian, relax the hips. Open up the armpits, okay? And again, let's just check the breathing and see what's happening. Here we go, breathing in. Okay, awesome. We're going to hold it, okay? And breathe out. Okay, you notice this area is so much clearer now, so much easier to get the breath down. Which brings us to the upper burner. We've got plenty of time this week to do that because it was the most. And just checking the stats here, yeah, the upper burner was the most favourite burner, and also it contains, wait for it, point of the week. So we want to spend some time on that in a minute. Okay, we've got two main channels that affect the middle burner, the upper burner. Two main groups. We've got the one for the lungs, and we've got the ones for the heart and the pericardium. Okay, both of them are kind of a little bit different. in the way they interact with the energy of the body. So it's a good idea if you're an upper burner person to work both of them, because both of those things work together. The heart and lungs work together to create the chi in the upper burner, as we will find out in a moment. So what I thought we'd do first of all is, before we start doing the upper burner, we're going to go for point of the week. And I'm going to, I guess any of you who do Shiatsu probably can guess what it's going to be. We've done CV4 and CV6. We've done CV12 for the middle burner. And now we're going to do the CV point for the upper burner. And it's who wants to be the fastest person on the typing today and get and guess which point it is that we're going to do in the upper burner. Let's see. Yeah, CV, Jane, look at that. Got in there first. Well done, Jane. That's very fast. CV17. Okay, good. So I'll show you the slides. I'll show you exactly where it is. Here we go. Here we are. CV17 is right in the center of the chest. It's on the nipple line, right in the sternum, and it's kind of easy to find there. It's right in the center. So I thought what we'd do is, it does various different things, okay? So what I thought we'd do is we'd do an energy work exercise. We're going to stimulate the point, and we're going to see what happens with a pole, okay? And here's the main things that can happen. Is either your chest will release, your energy might go downwards, it might gather energy, or it might be something else. So let's just check it out, see what the action of the point is for you, because it depends on your own energy, what will happen. And then I'll run that poll and we'll find out, and then we'll do the actions of the channel, okay? Of the point, I mean. Okay, so let's try that. So in order to really stimulate CV17, we want to build on what we've done. We want to keep that kidney one open. We want to keep the breathing nice and low in the hara. We're going to keep really relaxed. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to place two hands around CV2, a finger around, we're going to place a finger on CV17. And where that is, it's right in the center of the chest on the sternum there. Okay, so let's just shake our arms out, hold it. We're going to place one hand on that point. And we're going to open the armpit here. Nice, easy breaths. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to imagine energy from my fingertip going right into that point, directly into the point. Okay. Now, as you do that, just notice what happens to your energy in your whole chest area. Are you getting a feeling of releasing? More of a gathering feeling, or maybe you're getting a direction, or maybe it's neutral, but let's see. Okay, got it. And it'd be interesting to check in with that point when we've done the exercises. Okay, cool. So I'm going to run the poll, which is, when you worked CV17, what was the main thing that happened? Did you get a feeling of release in your chest? Did you get a feeling of downward? Or did you feel it gathering in the chest? Or maybe you got something else? For me, it was really a strong gathering feeling, but maybe it's just because I needed the most. Okay, well, look at this. Okay, we've got a pretty good spread of different things. It's very useful, by the way, for releasing any kind of emotional stuff that's stuck in the chest. So those of you who felt it releasing, it's probably because you've got some kind of obstruction or kind of movement there in the chest. If the energy went downwards, it should be, then that's because it has some other actions. It does tend to send energy down. And if you felt it gathering, which is what I do, it's probably more likely that you're a little bit deficient in that area and the energy is starting to gather there. So you see these points are homeostatic, they tend towards balance, they will do what you need to do. And if you had other, maybe you can discuss it and Dinah will probably be able to interpret it for you. Okay, so thank you so much for contributing to that. That's totally cool. And here is the actual theory of it. It's called Shanzong Chest Center, which isn't a very exciting name, is it really? Let's face it. But it's also sometimes called the center. It's sometimes called like the Sea of Qi, which I think is so much more exciting. Okay, it regulates Qi and unbinds the chest. Can you see that? So sometimes it regulates the Qi if you're deficient, but it also unbinds the chest if you've got congestion there. And this is the other function, is it descends rebellion of the lung and the stomach. So if you've got stomach Qi going up, like you've got digestive problems, it's kind of going up, or maybe your lungs aren't sending energy down, it's really useful for that. And it also benefits the gathering Qi, so it kind of brings the Qi together. And I've been doing some reading in my favorite book, Manual of Acupuncture, and there's a whole load of stuff about it in here. And it says, according to the spiritual pivot, the passage says, when the Sea of Qi is in excess, there is fullness in the chest, urgent breathing, and a red complexion. And that's what, if you've got that, then that's when you'll feel it dispersing. When the Sea of Qi is deficient, that's me, there's scanty energy, insufficient for speech. So if it gets really bad, you can't speak. Okay, so there we go. There's some indications for conception version 17. Although it's only got a bit of a dull name, even though the name is a bit boring, actually it's a really important energy point for the whole upper body. So let's integrate that point in with our minds and with our focus as we do the upper burner exercises. Okay, so here we go. And this point, by the way, is also the center of the energy of the chest. So it kind of fits in with this pattern of this being the lower burner, this is the middle burner, and this is kind of the center of the upper burner, and it connects with the heart and the lungs. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's see what we can do. We're going to focus our energy on here, and we're going to do this stretch for the pericardium, and we're going to integrate this point in, breathing in, breathing out, stretching back and opening up all the way through, and see if you can get the opening right into the sternum there, into CV17. There we go. Very nice. Okay, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, now CV17 also, as we found out, it connects with the lungs and the stomach as well. So let's see if we can connect it energetically with our minds. We're focusing in on here. We're going to go to the lung stretch, breathing in, breathing out. See if you can feel that connection all the way through, from the thumbs all the way into the center of the chest. Got it? Okay, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, it's also indirectly connected to the heart channel, so we're going to bring our hands together, breathe in, open up the armpits, connect it with the center of the chest again, breathing in, breathing out, stretching back. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching back. Breathing in, breathing out and stretching back. Okay, awesome. They're the 3 stretches for the 3 yin channels. So let's finish them off, connect them up by finishing, starting with CV17 and finishing with the hands. Okay, so we're going to start by tapping CV17 area here with the fingertips. So I'm getting there to activate it. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the pericardium channel. This comes up, it's over here. So we're going CV17. It's a very important point for the pericardium. It's actually the alarm point, or the move point for the pericardium. So there's a direct connection here. We go out, and just to complete the circuit, we're going to go up the trapezius channel, which is on the outside of the arm here, onto the shoulder, and go around. Okay, I'm going to get back here. I'm just going to connect in up here again. Ooh, lovely. Okay, excellent. Down and back up. Excellent. Okay, and the other arm, tapping again, CV17. Down the middle of the hand, down towards the center. Okay, back into series 17 again, and then we're going to go pericardium. CB17. Pericardium. Okay, excellent. Whew. Okay, let's try the stretch again. Okay, don't forget kidney 1. Okay, where it all starts. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the middle burner, breathing in, breathing out, focusing on CB17 as we open the stretch. Whoa, what a difference. Okay, can you feel that so much more open now and tingling down into the middle finger there? Ideal for opening up the upper burner. And now it's time to work the heart channel. A little bit more gentle with this. It's the most vulnerable channel in the body. We're going to connect it with CB17 again. We're going to go over here, the top of the chest. And we're going to go down here. Remember, there's also heart 1 underneath here. If you just want to press into there and then tap from there. Just heart 3, if you remember, down to heart 7. And just for completeness, we'll go up the small intestine channel. That's on the outside here. Okay, round to CB17. Ooh, it's affecting breathing. We go here, underneath kidney 1, heart 1, and then heart 3, heart 7. Yeah, and round to CB17 again. Let's just do one more for luck. Heart 1. There we go. Excellent. Very good. We're going to open that up, just brush off, shake that arm out. Okay, and now it's time for the next one, for the next arm. So we're going to go CB17 again. Through the chest here. It's actually internal, the connection, but we just do the best we can on the surface of the body. And we go into heart 1. And then tapping down. Back up. Back to CB17 for the second time. Okay, under the armpit. Just work that a bit. And then down. Nice. Okay, excellent. Oof, one more. Tapping. Under the arm. To the little finger. And then round. And then back. Okay, excellent. Okay, brushing off. Okay, checking in time. Open up kidney 1. Shaking out. Connecting the head with heaven's Qi. Relaxing, opening up kidney 1, connecting with the earth, concentrating on CB17. Notice it's kind of feeling a little bit more energized there and open. And let's just check out the heart channel, breathing in, open up the armpits and breathe out. Very nice, okay? Nice and open and relaxed. Okay, excellent. So that's the fire element meridian. It's really centrally connected. You notice this also is the heart chakra, if you're interested in chakras. So it's kind of a real energy center of the body. So yeah, it's a really good idea to get this area energized. The other part of the story is the lungs, because the lung Qi affects this gathering Qi in the chest. So it's really important that we get the lungs activated. Once we've done that, we can just check in and see whether the energy is going down into the lower burner. We do that at the end, okay? So how about this exercise? This is a great exercise for the autumn going into the winter to increase the lung Qi. It's a medical Qigong exercise. And we're going to do it just for a few minutes, but you can do it for quite a long time if you're feeling kind of weak and you need help with the breathing. Kidney 1, open, relaxing the hips and knees, bringing the arms up just to shoulder height. Bringing the thumbs out like this so that it opens up the lung channel and you drop the arms back like this. Okay, now because it's a Qigong exercise, it's really easy. It's all to do with releasing. So we're opening up that feet, kidney one again, keeping those thumbs stretching out to the side. And as your arm goes back, you open up this whole area here and allow the breath to come in. Head is floating up, relaxing the jaw and opening the throat to allow the lung chi to come in. Keep those thumbs out. We're relaxing and releasing the upper part of the back, the thoracic area again, because that's all linked to the ribs. Okay, excellent. So now while we're doing this, we're stimulating the lung chi, the intake of qi from the lungs. And let's just see how much we can direct the breath downwards, down into the lower burner. So we're going to take nice, easy breaths. Bring that chi into the center of the chest. Again, we're focusing on CV17 with our mind. Gather the chi there, gather the gathering chi there. And as we breathe out, I'd like to try and send the chi down here, down into the lower burner. Okay, so breathing in and breathing out. Send the chi down into the lower burner. Okay, now that's another way of emphasizing the lower abdominal breathing. Rather than directly bringing it into here, we're bringing it into the central gathering point of chi, and then on the exhalation, we're sending it down. And what that will do is it will strengthen the descending function of the lungs and connecting it with the kidneys. So, okay, so let's do that a few times. That's a really useful exercise to do, especially for those upper burner people. So let's do that. We're breathing into CV17. Hold the breath for a second, keep that swinging to stimulate the lungs. Breathe out. And internally imagine energy going down and connecting with the lower burner. Relax those hips. You got it? So again, let's try again, breathing in. Gathering the chi in the chest, breathing out. Directing the chi down into the lower burner. Very good. Okay, just using your imagination and that chi will move with your mind. Okay, let's try it one more time. Breathing in into CV17, hold it and direct the energy down into the lower burner. Okay, awesome. Okay, now let's try this again. We're going to go back to our reference exercise. We're going to open up kidney one. We're going to place our hands on the lower burner. Now, if you do that, you'll notice that this area here feels really energized, doesn't it? Okay, and now what's going to happen now is if we do the lower burner, let's just see what happens breathing into the lower burner. Are you ready? Float that head up, relax the hips, connect the kidney one with the feet. Okay, let's try breathing in again now. Into here, into the lower burner. Ready? Here we go. Okay, can you feel that? You can feel CV17 glowing, kind of energized there, and the energy just kind of goes whoosh down there. And that's because we've strengthened up that lung descending function with that previous exercise. We're going to hold it, okay, and breathe out. And sure enough, there we are. We've got a really good lower abdominal breath. Okay, so well done, everyone. And if we want to do some more to get that lung even stronger, we can use some dough-in. So let's do that for completeness. And tap around lung one. And go out, down into thumbs. And then back up to large intestine. Lungs again. Large intestine. Lungs. And large intestine. Just to finish off, because we did the dough-in on the other channel. So here we go, lung. Down thumb and back up. Okay. Ooh, okay, excellent. Okay, fantastic. Let's just stand for a second and just really relax and just see how we've done so far. We just take some nice easy breaths in. Tune internally. Can you feel that CV17 is humming away now? And that wonderful, lovely connection with the lower burner. It's just giving us a feeling of total calm and really, really useful way of regulating the nervous system for those of us who are creeping up into that red and that blue zone. Okay, brilliant. So we've just got 10 minutes left and it's time to make sure we clear out those yang channels. We've got to do that every week, just in case we've got anything stuck in the upper body, upper channels. Remember, the yang channels run from the head, they run down through the arms, outside the arms and outside the legs. Okay, what can often happen, especially if our yin is weak, is the energy will go up into the head and we'll get headaches and all kind of stuff like that. So we've done a lot of work on the yin channels, calming down, kidney 1 and all that. So now let's just make sure that we keep all these yang channels unblocked. So we're going to do some tapping, nice and relaxed around the forehead, around the upper sinuses and the lower sinuses, all around here. And we can go over the top of the head and down the back of the neck. Very good. Okay, so now some little face routine. Let's just wipe the eyes a few times. Rubbing your hands together, placing the center of the palm over the eyes. Okay, and then just internally relaxing the eyes, relaxing the neck. See if you can feel a connection all the way down to your feet through the eyes. Okay, very good for the liver, relaxing the liver and stimulating the liver and gallbladder channels. Here we go, down the sides of the head, squeezing down. Very good. Okay, you can just pull the ears. The ears are related to the kidneys, by the way, in Chinese medicine, because there's 2 of them and they look a bit like the kidneys. They're into that kind of stuff. And then we're going to relax around the jaw. Make sure we get right around the upper jaw too, around these points here. Got the large intestine 20, remember that one? Breathing, we've got also any tension around the upper jaw, around the teeth here. It's really good to work out with your fingertips. We've also got a whole load of points all around the ears as well. So they're all around here. Just if you open the jaw, I'll feel you can get right into them. Great. Anything else need doing? I think I'm okay face-wise. So let's get onto the neck. Stomach channel down the front of the SCM muscle here and the large intestine channel. Very good idea to release those. And that also then brings us onto the back of the neck. So we've got, don't forget, we've got the bladder channel here. You tap it or squeeze it like this, which is just runs down from bladder 10, which is this point right here. Squeezing down. And then moving out to gallbladder. We've got gallbladder 20 there, squeezing in, moving down. Or you can tap, it's up to you, whatever you think is best for you. Okay, and then the main bladder, gallbladder, stomach, the main yang channels that go into the head, along with a few others, but that's more or less covered them. Excellent. So now we need to just make sure that we get any of this energy we've moved in the head and neck. We need to get that out, down into the hands and the legs. And the best way to do that, to start off with, is to just shake it out. So keep the jaw relaxed, keep the upper body relaxed, and then just go relaxing the shoulders as we do it. And relaxing the legs. Okay, keep the jaw really relaxed. Excellent. Great, so we're just going to brush off down the arms and then let's just work the bladder channel just to finish off. That starts here and it runs all the way at the top of the head, and it goes, it's a really long one, it goes all the way down the back, down into the feet. So if you tap here, tap around the shoulders, and then tap down as far as you can down here. Really good idea to work around the upper thoracic area. If you're working with someone else, you can do this on each other. It's really great if there's two of you tapping away like that. It's a really good idea. Otherwise, well, the best we can do is, if you're on your own like me, is to stretch up as far as we can. Let's just see if I can reach it. Almost reach it there. And then pick it up here. Down onto the sacrum, down the backs of the legs, and then back up. Okay, now if we really want to stretch the back out, we can do that with the yoga cow-cat exercise, which is a favourite, of course. And the best way to do that is to first of all hold the crawl position, extend our spine from the top of the head to the sacrum. Breathe in, stretch as far as you can up to the ceiling. Breathe out, and really explore the stretch the other way, stretching the channel all the way down the back. Very good, because we can't get to that bit very much, so we're just going to really try and open it up with a stretch. Oh, great, that's going to feel great. And then breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Excellent. Okay, great. So it's time to check in again. So we're going to keep kidney 1 open and float the head up. We've released all those yang channels. It's nice and clear in the head. Should make it even easier now to do that last. We do the very last low abdominal breathing, placing our hand in the lower dantian. Okay. I'm just going to stand. I'm going to breathe in. Open up kidney 1, relaxing the shoulders, hold the breath. Okay, and then breathing out. Doesn't that feel great? So now we're going to integrate it into 3 of these breaths, like the Tai Chi type breaths, feet shoulder width apart. This time we're going to again get back to this suspension. We're going to float down, breathing in, connecting with the earth, pressing up. 1. Floating down, pressing up. Okay, breathing in 1 more last time, and breathing out. Okay, now let's just check in on CV17. Doesn't that feel really great? It feels nicely energized and kind of activated, and you'll feel that naturally connecting with CV12 and CV4 and 6, just to provide that connection, internal connection between the 3 burners. So that's it. That's why those CV points are so really, really important, because they basically link up through the central channel. They link up 3 burners. Okay, fantastic. How are we doing for time? Well, look at that. I can't believe it. It's gone so quickly today. We've just got 1 minute left just to say thank you so much in the chat. Thank you very much, Diane. It looks like you've had a really busy time.
Oh, not too bad, but as Linda says, it's a great antidote. She spent ages on the phone to British Gas this morning.
All right, there you see, that takes you right into the red zone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we've only got a few more weeks left of this year, and then don't forget that in January we're going to start an awesome whole 1-year journey around all the meridians. And we're going to put a few CV points in as well as we go around. So really looking forward to that. We're going to go around the Chinese clock cycle, which is another way of organising the meridians apart from the 5 elements. Okay, so we've just got a few more weeks left. We're going to finish off with a few more exciting CV points through to the festive season. Okay, thank you, Dinah, and we'll see you all next week.
Lovely to see you, everybody. Bye.